Drip, drip, drop.
Dropping dimes, dropping dimes.
Baby Dame Dollar here, trailblazing dimes everywhere. I don't want to boast, but I'm dropping dimes from coast to coast. Dropping dimes everywhere, like I just don't care. I'm dropping dimes on the bike, on the stairs. I'm even dropping dimes on my teddy bear.
Welcome back to another episode of the Droppin' Dimes podcast. I'm Noah Cooper, joined by my co-host Perry Randle, and this week there is another special guest here live in the studio, welcoming in national champion, Northwest basketball point guard Trevor Hudgins in the studio. How you doing today, Trevor?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing all right. You, Perry?
I'm doing all right, man. I smiled today. It's a beautiful day to be beautiful. So, let's get the show on the road.
All right. Now, we're an NBA podcast, and we'll get to the NBA talk in just a bit. But first off, obviously, the national championship game was this past weekend. So how's it feel now to hear the words national champion next to your name?
Feels great. That's all I could say is feel great. We worked hard for it all year long, starting in August. Just to go get it was a dream come true, pretty much.
How long have you been playing basketball?
Since I could walk.
Oh, here we go.
Since I could walk.
Oh, here we go. Here come the stories now. No, like you said, you've been working for it all year. When did it seem realistic that you guys could go undefeated? Because that's never been done in Northwest history, am I right?
I don't think so.
And then you win the title after that.
Well, I mean, only 5 teams ever
Right.
in the history of D2 have gone undefeated. So, are you guys surprised by the fact that you went undefeated this year?
Yeah. we're still in shock.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
I think after the Missouri Southern game, the regional championship, when we won that, I realized that we have something special here. Like,
right.
we could do something special in the tournament. Then that Mercyhurst game, the first game in the Elite Eight, scary game, only won by 4, I think.
Right.
After that game, because Joy was out at half, DB didn't play.
Y'all was getting banged up, man.
And it was kind of scary, but some guys stepped up for us, and we toughened it out and just won. So after that game, I knew we had it on lock.
Yeah, now even my nerves were getting to me a little bit watching that game. For you guys, was there any extra added pressure, going into that game or just going into the playoffs in general, knowing that you guys were undefeated?
I think Northwest as a whole has a target on our backs just because football wins championships. We won championship in 2017, and we were playing good all year long, and teams come at us with their best. So I think we were just so used to having that target on our back that it just gives a chip on our shoulder, and we just want to play even harder then.
And I was wondering, with Justin Pitts leaving and you coming in, did you feel like you had some big shoes to fill, or you just wanted to be you? Because I know a lot of people. He's a short guy, but there's some big shoes to fill as well. He's getting buckets all the time, leader in points, and now you come in. Another black guard coming through, trying to show up for his town. So how did that feel?
No, at first I felt like I was trying to fill clown shoes, but after that first tournament down in St. Joe, I think.
Yeah.
After we beat Northern State and Ferris State, I just tapped into myself after that because I was trying to be him pretty much that first tournament. Then Coach kind of talked to me and was like, you did good, but you're not playing like yourself.
Right.
Like I know you can and all that. So after that first tournament, I just turned into Trevor.
Yeah.
Obviously redshirting last season and playing under him. What are some of the things you learned from him last season?
Man, just reading like the defense, what they give you, and what you can take from them. Patience on offense. Just different types of things off of ball screens. Like multiple things, just it's crazy what you can do off the ball screen, pick and rolls and stuff. But yeah, he pretty much taught me a whole lot of just pick and roll and all that.
And I think a big difference between you and him, and to your advantage, because I know from experience, you being left-handed, man. So how much has that really played into your game? Because a lot of times you can catch defenses off guard, even though defense can do they can watch film. You're not ready to guard a left-hander most of the time just because you're not used to that. You're used to guarding right-handers. And I know I like to get past people every now and then with the lefty-loosey. But, Tell us a little bit about that.
I think being left-handed really helps on ball screens and top balls because most teams force left, right?
Right.
So teams are confused when they play me because
Right.
they force me left. I just go left and we make a play off it. But if they force me right, I still go right, and I can refuse with the left.
Yeah.
And then we have shooters. Everyone knows that all around. So even if I don't even score with my right, I still can pass it out to a 50% shooter in the corner.
Right.
I kept watching you in, especially those games down in Indiana. They'd force you right, and you'd still end up finishing with your left hand. They still couldn't do that to you. So, that was something special to see you be able to control the defense like that out there.
And I think I want to ask you this. After winning the national championship, of course, you're going to have to come back bigger, better next year. There's high expectations. You guys are the reigning champs. But aside from that, if you wanted the public to know one thing about Trevor Hudgins outside of national champion, what would that be? I know you be on the mic talking about Fortnite all the time. so what you got for us, Chief?
Anything? I don't know. I'm just a normal college student,
All right.
I guess. I like video games. I like junk food. Being an athlete, I'm probably the most unhealthy athlete.
Don't tell Coach that.
I know.
Make you do a suicide right now.
Yeah, I just like to have fun. I like to hang out with friends like everyone else.
All right.
Everyone thinks being an athlete, you're always in the gym 24/7, just working on your.
You saw that NCAA highlight video, you know what I'm talking about? When they was trying to say a day in the life of an athlete.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
Yeah, but I like hanging out with friends and doing all the college stuff, But,
Yeah.
Well, what's next for Trevor Hudgins now on the basketball court? Obviously, won the national title, one player of the tournament, racking up those accolades. What's next these next couple years?
Next couple years,
Mm-hmm.
just try to get better. Try to do what we just did this past weekend a few more times.
Right.
Just continue to grow as an individual and as a whole team. Just find ourselves pretty much and involve the incoming freshmen that are coming up this summer.
Now, I've seen some other players in the rec playing basketball. So I want to know, is this a true off season? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I'm sorry, Coach McCollum. They're not supposed to be in the rec. But is this a true off season for you? Have you been on the court and taking a break? What's going on?
I have not been on the court since last Saturday, the championship game.
All right.
Just recovering my body and my mind. Just focusing on school right now. We got 3 weeks left. Just trying to get everything done and out the way. And then probably next week I'll probably get back on the court and start playing a little bit, try to get better. And the off-season grind will –
Off-season grind, man.
Right there.
That's where the players are made, man.
Yep.
Now, obviously, we're an NBA-based podcast, so I'm just kind of curious, how big of a fan are you of the NBA, if at all? Are you a bigger college basketball guy?
I like the NBA. I've just been going away from it lately. I like college, too. I'm from Manhattan, so Kansas State's there, and I know a bunch of them, and I play with them and all that. I would say probably 5 out of 10 NBA. I'm going to go 9 out of 10 college just because it's more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
you see high school highlights from those guys and all that, and it's just fun to see them in college with big crowds and see what they're going to do.
So you a K-State guy then?
I like the people on the team. I don't know about the team as itself, but I got some friends on the team that are pretty cool, so I support them.
All right. I hear you.
Now, is there an NBA guy or even a college guy for that matter that you kind of, when you were younger, you were trying to mold your game after a little bit?
Oh, man, there's so many. When I was young, I used to watch NBA like crazy. I remember AI. Oh, Chris Paul. I used to watch Steve Nash.
Boy, you was in diapers when those players.
Oh, don't worry. Steve Nash, Rondo on the Celtics. I used to love Kobe. Hey, Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. I'm sorry.
Hey, man. Hey, I knew we were brothers, man. They said we twins, man.
I'm sorry.
Hey, give me some dap on that one, G.
But just people with dog in them. Like, I remember so many. Man, I used to watch NBA. Like
watching those guys pass their prime.
All I gotta say is how quickly they forget, man. That's all I gotta say.
They do. But yeah, I used to watch a lot of people and try to do some things in the driveway.
I feel like with a lot of people, and particularly like college players, they might make that switch from liking NBA to liking more college when they get to college. Did you always like college more, or were you NBA guy more growing up?
Growing up, I would watch the NBA forever. But I think probably last year I started going into college more.
All right.
You know, just because March Madness and all that, and I'm in college and I'm seeing the process of everything, and just
I feel like that just makes sense to watch something more that relates to you.
Yeah,
because you're in that position more. You're gonna see a lot more zones, stuff like that. You'll never see a zone in the NBA just because of defensive three in the key, stuff like that.
Exactly.
So that just makes more sense.
The NBA has freaks.
Yeah.
Like there's no freaks in college besides Zion.
Right.
And you know, like that's once in a lifetime. You go to the NBA, there's KD, LeBron, Greek freak, like there's everyone in the NBA. So just realistically, college is better to watch for me.
What you think about Zion? I'm not on the train yet, man.
Zion?
I think he's a talent, but I think he has a lot of potential. I think once he gets to the NBA, he's gonna meet people like him.
Perry's a Zion hater.
I'm not a Zion hater. I'm not Zion. I love his game. But at the same time, I think he's got a long way to go, and I feel like a lot of people are just getting crazy about the dunks. You're not gonna be able to dunk 82 games.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. All right, Zion gets compared to LeBron all the time, right?
Yeah.
LeBron is a basketball player.
Right.
They're like straight basketball player.
His mind's out of this world.
Assists, rebounds, his athleticism, like on the court is just crazy. Zion is like an athlete. He's an athlete. Just that's all it is.
That's what I've been trying to tell. No, he calls me a hater.
He can shoot. He could do all the stuff, but LeBron is a pure basketball player. Zion looks like he needs to be crafted into a basketball player. You know what I mean? Like it's more.
Are you thinking like a better comparison to Zion would be like a Blake Griffin type more than like LeBron?
I even think with Blake Griffin, he's got a passing game.
Yeah.
I think with Zion, right now, he's playing like against a lot of students. I told you that before. He's playing against students. Like, and let me credit this guy and say, or credit those guys by saying, like, of course they're in college too, but he's not playing against professional athletes on a daily basis. Like, he's able to jump over these guys easily. He's not jumping over Andre Drummond every day. Absolutely not. So he's going to have to figure out something once he gets to the league. He's going to have to figure out a post game that I don't think he has yet. And I feel like a lot of people are like, his dunks are going to just carry him to the top.
Yeah, I feel that because like he don't have like moves. He don't have handles like Kyrie or anything. He just gets past people with his quickness and
we got
agility.
2 Zion haters in the
No, I love Zion. I think Zion's great. I think Zion's great for college basketball. I just want to wait.
It's hard not to like him.
You pick him number 1 though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to pick him for number 1 because I feel like you can develop him.
Yeah, especially when you see all that potential. I don't feel like there's any way you can't take him number 1.
I'm starting to feel like he might get ruined with the Knicks, though, man. Hey, I don't know what they got going on.
James Dolan too much, so
I don't know what they got going on in New York, so we'll see. But you know, LeBron not making the playoffs this year. I'm sure you've heard about that. Mm-hmm. How you feel about that? You know, of course, all of our lifetime, I mean, he's been in the playoffs, he's been in the finals, to be honest. So, how you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel he needs a break, to be honest. It's not even his fault for not making the playoffs because he's with a group of young guys, and you know they're not it for him.
They're not.
They're not Dwayne Wade or Chris Bosh for
him. Not at this stage of his career.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time to develop these guys.
Exactly. He's coming along to the end of his career right now, and he doesn't have that the energy and all that to carry a whole team.
Were you surprised when he went to L.A.?
Very surprised because I thought he was going to stay in Cleveland.
I did too.
But also, I thought about his family and his sons' high school careers, and he probably just going to LA just for his family.
I think he's trying to make some movies too. You got Space Jam 2 coming out.
Space Jam's still gonna be better. It's okay.
Hey, I'm glad you know. Hey, man. That's my dog, man. Trevor Hudgins on the show. Let's give a round of applause for my dog.
Hey, man, you got a favorite team in the NBA?
Boston Celtics.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
All right. I clapped too soon. I'm sorry.
Why the Celtics?
First, Jason Tatum, one of my favorite players in the NBA.
A bucket getter.
Thank you. Just a pure scorer, dog. He dunked on LeBron last year, right?
Absolutely.
You should saw me in my house. I got up so fast off my couch. But Kyrie's on there. You got who else? Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
Tragic accident or injury last year too, or wherever it was. Whatever it was. But yeah, that was kind of bad. But I loved him at Utah. Marcus Smart.
They have a squad.
Because I'm K-State and he was at Oklahoma State, and he was just a flopper back then. But he's a dog. I like his game.
You an Al Horford fan? I got to know the truth.
Low key, yes.
Oh,
low
here
key,
we go.
Low key, because he's a calm and big. Like he reminds me of Tim Duncan just a little bit.
Yeah, you need a guy like Al Horford.
Like he's not like Joel Embiid and all them talk and all that. Boogie Cousins gets technicals, and Al Horford's just a calm, like decent big. Like he's not over the top. He's not.
I think he's good. He can get you a triple double, but at the same time, when I see him in an All-Star game, I'm upset.
No, yes, exactly. See, my thoughts on the All-Star game is they should just have like 2K Ferguson, LeBron, like Greek Freak, like everyone just throw lobs and stuff and shoot threes. But they get everyone that does good for their team. I don't want that. I don't want all that.
He sounds like me, doesn't he?
Barry's been on this for at least a year or two.
I'm sick of it. I don't want to see that.
Marcus Aldridge in the All-Star
when the subs
game,
come in, why we?
Come on, man.
I'd rather see Lou Will.
I want Donovan Mitchell to windmill every single time.
I want to see a show.
He'll make the All-Star game. I'm not worried.
That's not about that. I don't want to see Al Horford make the All-Star game or LaMarcus Aldridge. They're good, but I don't want him. I don't want to see them
next to their name and just add other people in the game instead.
That's what they should do. I'm okay with that.
Make it more rec league. Instead.
Pretend like they're injured.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
You tell me you don't want to see Chris Middleton in the All-Star game?
He was on fire. He had a strap ball this year. He had 7 threes, man. I think he was going off. So I got to give it to him.
I want to see a battle again, like LeBron and Kobe. I want to see that.
Man.
That's better to watch.
That's why I thought it was cool. They put guys like D Wade and Dirk in there this year. You know, it's kind of like a retirement present almost to throw.
Did you like them switching it up and now they can pick their teams now? Here we go.
I don't know about that.
Keep it real.
I don't know about that. I like the old school stuff. I like the old school dunk contests. That like where I used to love the NBA back in the day. I just like that stuff. They changed the stuff up too much.
You're gonna be one angry old man. I hope you know that.
I am.
He's already on that path right now.
Exactly.
It ain't how they used to do it.
Now you said your favorite team's the Celtics. You got them coming out of the East.
I feel like Kyrie hurts them. I feel like
he's not all the way there.
Yeah, I feel like he's a little too selfish a little bit.
I think he might be leaving in the offseason.
Maybe. I could see it happen.
Yeah.
I think they'll try to. I think he'll try to recruit before he leaves. I'll say that.
Like try to get AD, try to get him to trade for him or something.
Try to figure out a package for somebody. Try to lure somebody in.
I feel like that's a great situation for him to be around. I just, like you said, I almost feel like in a way, he's almost kind of hurting him at the same time.
Exactly. I feel like give it a couple years, Jason Tatum's going to take over.
Oh, here we go.
Kyrie might leave. They just need a point guard to facilitate Jason Tatum the ball and be a smart point guard.
Let Terry Rozier bring it up.
Yeah, I like Scary Terry.
He be getting loose sometimes.
Hey, Scary Terry cold. I like Scary Terry. I'd rather see him than Kyrie low-key sometimes. But if Kyrie's going off, Kyrie's a different
He's a show.
Yeah, he's
got the handles, the fillet, all of that.
Now, who's making the finals then? If you don't have the Celtics in, who are your two teams making the finals this season?
Man. Okay, I'm just gonna say probably the Warriors if they want to start playing. I don't know.
All right.
And Steph got contacts, so it might be a wrap for
Putting the scope on the rifle.
Exactly.
Might never miss again.
Out of the East.
Let's see. You got Philly. You got Boston. You got Toronto.
The two teams that come to mind, actually.
Milwaukee.
The Bucks, and I want to say Philly, but Ben Simmons does not have a shot, and it hurts him so bad. But the Raptors are really tough.
Right.
The Raptors have all the right pieces.
Kawhi's the real deal.
All the right
If he's
pieces.
on the floor, then that team is a threat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I almost think if you add Kawhi now on the Raptors and now you don't have LeBron in the Eastern Conference, I feel like, the Raptors, that's a team that they got some heightened confidence now that they don't have to go through LeBron anymore.
And they got Marc Gasol. A lot of people sleep on Marc Gasol. That's a great addition to that team. He's a sleeper.
Great. I like him.
But who you got? I need an answer. You can't just be out
the
here
East,
trying to go around the question. We need answers.
out of the East, it's probably going to be Raptors.
All right.
Out of the East.
Warriors, Toronto, in the finals. I think Warriors will probably have home court advantage.
Yeah.
I think. Who you got winning? And how many games? How many games then?
Okay. It might go 6.
6.
Might go 6 games.
They win a couple games on the road. Toronto does.
Yeah. I just don't see anyone stopping the Warriors.
They got 5 stars. It's hard to stop them. That's the
Like,
Monstars.
Especially this year,
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like, when super teams started coming about,
That's why when you said that you stopped watching NBA so much as like you used to, I could see why, because of the super teams that are coming about now and how often they're popping up.
See, I did like when the Celtics had Ray Allen, Rondo, Paul Pierce.
But I feel like
KG.
that was a different type of, they came together differently.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like that. And, like, the Lakers and Celtics used to have a great rivalry. Like,
Yeah.
you could watch that game all day and all night. Then LeBron left Cleveland, and I was like, all right. Like, went to Miami with the, the dream team, from Miami. They were balling out. I love that team. He got his championship, came back, won a championship for Cleveland, and I thought all was good. And then he left, and I was sad. And now people are trying to make super teams, and KD went to, the Warriors, and I was like, man.
I was tripping when that happened, man.
I was like, what is he doing? But anyways, I have a question for y'all.
What's up?
Would you rather have the NBA as today, or would you rather see Russ, KD, and James Harden all on the same team with the talent they have right now in today's game?
You got this.
Having them as with their talents that they have right now.
On the same team
Same
together.
team in today's NBA, or just have them separate and become the all-stars they are right now?
I'd like to see it.
I don't think
If
that
they can have the same talent. I don't feel like they would have the
Right.
same talent if they were all on the team. I think being on different teams has given them time to develop.
Exactly.
James Harden was always on the bench, so he doesn't have the same amount of minutes. He's not getting 60-point triple-doubles here and there. Russell Westbrook, he's playing alongside KD. You got Serge Ibaka still there.
If they can have that talent
Man.
all together, though, I'd love to see it. I'll
Man.
tell you that.
But who would score the ball?
That's a good question.
Exactly.
Nobody. That's the answer.
I think they'd have too many fights.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm a fan just like you of the old NBA. There's too many super teams going on right
How old
now.
we talking? We just talking down 2010, 2011?
Whenever Kobe
that
was
era?
playing, that's my answer.
Since Kobe retired, it's
Kobe,
gone downhill.
around 2010, 2011, when he was on the cover of 2K. Now, those are good days.
That was good days, man.
Also, when I started, like, really falling in love with basketball when I was, like, a kid, Chris Paul was on New Orleans.
Right, he was. Oh
I used
man,
to watch him, like, every single day, highlights and all. I used to love him so much.
he the real deal.
I was a D Rose guy myself.
D-Rose?
Yeah. How'd you feel about D Rose?
Love D-Rose, man. D-Rose is the man. The injuries just hurt him. But he tried to come back a little bit. He tried to come back a little bit.
He tried, man.
He got hurt again. He's been out for
Yeah.
about a couple of weeks now. So.
And, I was listening to a show that we did earlier this year.
Yeah.
It was with Bush, and you said both of you guys were saying, he's gonna win 6 Man of the Year, most improved player. Absolutely not. I was trying to tell you right then and there.
Hey man, he was on that route.
He was on the route. He was.
And the Lakers were on the
Injuries snuck up
route.
again.
Lakers were on the route to make the playoffs, and you see what happened.
No, they weren't.
They was a 4 seed. Hey, that's what. Hey,
Don't
from
lie
their
to people.
perspective,
Don't
they.
lie to the people.
I'm not lying.
No
The Lakers are
injuries-
never
no
on the route.
injuries. The Lakers in the playoffs.
You know who's good on the Lakers? Brandon Ingram. I'm tired of him getting disrespected on Instagram and Twitter. This man is a bucket.
He's a bucket.
I don't care what anyone says. His body type is nice. He got the KD body type. He got a decent shot, and handles all right. But I see a lot of potential in Brandon Ingram.
I think with him, he just gets distracted. I think that's his only thing.
Man,
He's not always there, but he does have games where he's having like 29
for more
points.
Development out of him because what's he on his third or fourth year in the league now? I feel like this deep into his career. You mentioned all those great things about him. I just want to see it all come together a little more.
And I think him playing with LeBron James and him probably being shipped this offseason, let's say they make a move, he'll have that opportunity on a different team.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. All these Lakers, young people, they got a lot of potential. What you think about Lonzo Ball? Big baller brand no more. What you think about LeVar? I got to hear the truth.
all right, Lonzo Ball. I think he's a good basketball player. I didn't like all the hype out of college and all that, and I didn't like their little high school they had in California. I didn't like all that, like the half-court shots from LaMelo and his hair and all that.
That's not basketball.
Was that Chino Hills or something?
Yeah, Chino. I didn't like that at all. But UCLA, his shot was just so ugly. I didn't like it at first. But he is a hooper. He's a hooper.
Man,
he went to summer league. I watched summer league games. He's a real deal, I think.
You can't tell me you wasn't thinking about buying some big baller brand shoes.
Not at all. Not for $500.
Maybe if that price tag went down, you
Yeah.
might have thought about it.
Hey, they're no more now, man. Where you think Lonzo's going to sign with? I think he's going to sign with Nike.
He's
Nike.
going with Nike.
Nike?
I think he posted the Instagram picture, right? It
Yeah.
said, he was wearing Nikes when he was
Right.
younger. He's been alluding to it. Now, Trevor, I'm going to give you a comparison. Let me know what you think of it, all right?
All right.
Golden State Warriors, Northwest Missouri State basketball.
Ooh, snap.
Let me know what you think of that comparison. Do you see any levels of comparison there?
Do you guys have a DeMarcus Cousins?
We don't have a DeMar. I feel like we're all shooters. Just at least the starting. Starting five is all shooters. We have Tyler Doherty and Dre in the post.
I think you guys are more similar to the Houston Rockets, a successful Houston Rockets. We got a ball handler that's a left hand,
Okay.
and
Shooters all around him.
let's say Joey Withers is a taller Chris Paul.
I think honestly,
Let's make it work.
I said this from the beginning of the year. Joey Wittis is James Harden of college. I don't care about all the step backs and all that.
All right.
But in an ISO game, just playing with them, like pickup games and then practice, he is a James Harden. He has just barely any moves. Like he just big, honestly. But my guy is cold shooter, so you got to stay up. He could blow by you, right or left. He's smart, just smart. He got a shot. He got the little post Dirk fadeaway. He got it. I'm telling you, he got it all. He might not have all that flashy stuff, like Kyrie, but he's got it.
Now, is he beating you in one-on-one? What do those matchups look like?
I will not say that on this show, but I think you guys know.
Hey, he's not a part of the team no more. He graduating, right? Let us know.
Oh man, it'll be interesting because he's hard.
First one to 10. Make it, take it.
The height might put him over the edge here.
Ooh,
make it, take it. He's taller than you.
Bigger, got a shot. If he misses his mid-range shots or his like fadeaway shots, man, that would be interesting. I never played one-on-one with Joey.
You've never played him one-on-one?
Never played him one-on-one. I've got like switched on to him during pickup, and he scored almost every time. I think every time I'll give it to him.
He shoot right over you?
Shoot right over me. My hand is in his face.
Green bean.
Man, he's something special.
Who do you play on one-on-one against?
We play Xavier Rose, Diego Bernard, Kirk Finley most of the time.
You beating all them?
It's 50-50. We all defend. That's what Northwest is known for. We all defend. So if we try to make some moves, we're all always chest to chest. But Yeah, we got some talent. We got some talent on the team.
Hey, what'd you think of? I've been curious. What'd you think of Joey's shot that he made in the championship game? That one when the shot clock is running out. I think you were double teamed. You threw it out to him by half court.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT. That's
what went through your mind? I was watching that. I saw you just jogged right back like it was just nothing else.
That's what he does. We call him Joey Buckets for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish like people could like watch practices. Like the 5-on-5 games we have like are crazy some days. Like he gets so hot and it's like, how does the dude make all these? And the funniest thing is people don't realize this, but he shoots with his shooter hand, the holder, pretty much, you know. He shoots with his thumb inside his holder hand, and he still makes stuff like this. Fun fact of the day, Joey Wittis, right there.
Never heard of that in my life.
The GOAT.
I guess.
Must be how Steph shoots it too.
I guess. I mean, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I guess.
Yeah, he's the GOAT though.
With him leaving next year, who you got? Or I mean, you don't have to like pick, but who do you think on the team right now? You know, it's gonna be having to step up. Because clearly, you know, you're one of the top players on the team. Who's next to you next year? Because it seemed like it was you two guys, and of course everybody else, you know, they do what they do.
Well, there's Diego. Diego was really big for us. He brings so much energy to the floor in our team. He's definitely gonna be one of the guys. Ryan Hawkins was one of the guys this year. Honestly, he does the little things that no one sees. Like he might run around with with his head cut off like a chicken, but hey, he's really good. Shot, rebounds for us. He almost averaged a double pretty much this whole year. Just steals, literally everything. I think he was Defensive Player of the Year this year. Plus, he's shooting like 90+% from the free throw line.
Except in the championship game.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. He was just too excited probably.
Coach said, just make one.
Yeah, but he's a big one. He's definitely going to step up. He stepped up this year real big time. I can see Tyler Doherty stepping up a little bit, you know. He was really big in the regional tournament games. Came in very, very clutch. I think the Mercyhurst game, I think with the charge at the end. Really, really big. One of the biggest players of this year. And
because I think you guys were only up, 3 at that point, or 5 when he did that?
Something like that. And that pretty much sealed the game right there. Gave us the ball back.
He needed the Marcus Smart Award for flopping on that charge, all right?
Yeah. And then we got guys coming in.
All right.
We got some recruits coming in. So we'll see.
And, you know, I compared you guys to the Houston Rockets, and you said Joey Wittis was the James Harden of the team.
Yes.
So who's the Carmelo?
Carmelo?
I don't know if he wants to answer that one.
For the Houston Rockets?
The Carmelo now. We're not talking about Denver Nuggets Carmelo.
So who got on the team and just left?
No. Hey, if you had – no, I'm just playing, man. I ain't going to go there. No. But I got a couple fun NBA questions for you.
All right.
Left-handed. Who's your favorite left-hander of all time?
Left-hander of all time.
I'll tell you mine afterwards, but I can't give you no ideas. I don't want you to say what I said.
Just give me.
No, I can't do that.
I'm trying to think of a guy
You
with a
on
left
you.
who uses his left.
I'll give you some names. I'll say this. You got Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
You got Manu Ginobili. You got the Beard. I'm trying to think. Some more left-handers. Not too many.
Picking Ginobili. Easy.
What was that one dude's name?
I think Marcus Gasol was on the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah.
And you say he was really nice.
He's
his
right-handed.
His point guard.
Oh, Mike Conley. That's you?
I used to watch him just because
He's
my
a sleeper.
AAU coach
Love
told
Mike
me that I
Conley.
played like him. And so one summer, I'm dead serious. One summer I watched so much film on Mike Conley and how he uses ball screens and all sorts of stuff. And he is a sleeper. Mike Conley's really good.
Yeah.
He's just been on an average team pretty much.
I also think he's not.
That's a good comparison.
I also think he's not flashy like say like or Curry, and he plays in the West, so that's why he doesn't get a lot of All-Star votes and stuff like that. So
he saw it on both ends of the floor too. I mean, he's got it on the defensive end and the offensive end. So that's why like when your coach said, like when you just told me that, I'm like, yeah, I can really see that in your game as well.
Exactly.
I think I feel like it's hard for me not to go with James Harden, just because of the way he does everything. I feel like with this question, I feel like if you're asking a person who they like as far as like singers and who he thinks is attractive, I feel like he's like a Beyonce. Of course he's attractive. This is what he does. But I got to pick the sleeper. So like, if with that question, my favorite person would be like Carrie Hilson, right? I'm bringing this around. Stick with me, all right?
All right.
So, as far as like left-handers, I think I like Mike Conley, and everybody knows James Harden. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Ginobili. He was like the originator of the Euro.
Yeah.
And he's just the real deal.
Yeah, I like Ginobili.
I don't give my boy no.
I like Ginobili. He's one of the best shooting guards we've seen in our lifetime.
Being a point guard yourself, what did you think of Russell Westbrook's performance a couple nights ago with the 2020 game?
He did it for Nipsey Hussle. That's what he did.
Right.
He had his mindset for what he was going to do, and he did it. And he said what he said at the interview. Everyone knows what it is. And that's all it is.
I thought that was one of the most amazing performances when you put the reason why he did it behind it, especially to come up with basically, to get that 60. I was like, this is a performance that we're never going to see again. Someone to do something like this for another man. You have all the emotional effects behind it. I was just blown away.
And I think a lot of people give Russell Westbrook a lot of slack for being so emotional and everything, and I feel like the stats are there, of course, with the triple-double. He's about to average triple-double for 3 straight years after we haven't seen it since the Big O, Oscar Robertson. So, for, like, stats, how important is that to your game? For me, when I was playing, stats, they're there, but I was more about dubs. So, how important are stats?
Stats don't mean a lot. Stats really don't mean a lot. It's cool. After the game, when you see a 10 by the assist or 10 by the rebounds, you're like, okay, I did that, you know. But at the end of the day, it's dubs. Like, if I wanted to score 1,000+ points at a college, I wouldn't have been here. I want to win, so that's why I came here.
Makes sense.
Stats don't mean a lot. If you don't win, what does it mean? Like, doesn't mean anything. Oh, you scored 50 points like the Lincoln dude did against the 2017 team. But what happened to him? Nothing. An L. Exactly.
You don't even know his name.
I don't even know his name.
Lincoln dude.
Lincoln dude. I just know a Lincoln guy scored 50 points on Northwest 2017. But he didn't win. So it doesn't even count. You can say, oh, I scored 50, but it doesn't mean anything.
So with, like, I'm not going to ask you who is yours, but with the GOAT conversation of the NBA,
that's easy.
Does stats play that big of a role? They're important, but are they like the tell-all?
Stats are not the tell-all to a GOAT. I'm tired of people thinking just because six. You see my fist? You see my fist?
That's what I was about to say. The crowd can't see your fist when they listen to this podcast, but he's over here banging on the table. We're about to buy a new table.
Right? In this argument.
Michael Jordan. All right, listen here.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Michael Jordan paved the way for Kobe Bryant to do what he did for us.
All right.
I'd say stats don't mean a lot, but they do play a factor. Championships mean a lot, but they don't play the biggest factor in the whole thing. I think, to me, the GOAT has to be a dog. If there's no dog in a GOAT.
So you talking about German Shepherds?
Yes, a little bit.
Little Chihuahuas.
Yeah, I need to see some fight, Michael Jordan would tell you he's going to score 45 points on you.
A killer mentality.
He's going to score 55 on
exactly. He gonna do whatever it takes to win. That's one of my attributes to a GOAT. Kobe Bryant is gonna bite his jersey and shoot a fadeaway in your face. He gonna take 4 threes in the last minute and win the game for you. LeBron James, on the other hand, for all my LeBron fans, he is one of the best players in the NBA of all time. He's one of the greatest we've seen. But he does not have that killer to him.
Wow.
He'll pass it to Mario Chalmers, is what you're saying.
He'll pass it, and he'll have his games to tie the game and sometimes even win the game. But, like every single game, you see this man and see his athletic ability, and he's not doing that every night. Like, it does take a toll on your body and all that. But to see him not play with, like, dog, like, every night like Kobe did, it was just disappointing to me. Like, we're just growing up and still watching him now. And that's all I got to say. I feel like being a dog like Michael and Kobe just takes it to another level.
Who's your dog in the NBA right now?
Right now, a dog. Well, Russell Westbrook is always going to be the dog in the NBA with the energy, you know.
I think Giannis is getting up there.
Exactly. I was going to say that. Giannis,
fierce.
Giannis starting to get that Kobe mentality.
He doesn't want to work out with anybody in the off season. I'm not trying to be your friend.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's not a lot of dogs anymore.
Everybody wants to hang out with each other.
It's all social media now. Like, social media cool and all that, like videos and like games and stuff. Like, there ain't a lot of dogs anymore. Like, NBA is getting kind of soft too because of refs though. So can't really blame them. But yeah, I miss all the good old days, talking trash and elbows and stuff.
I can't wait to do a podcast with you when you're 60, 70.
I'll be saying the same stuff.
All mean
old days.
Grumpy. Hey, man, we told you we'd keep you in here for 30 minutes. I know we're rolling up on 42 minutes right now.
All good.
So we'll try to end it here soon, but I just got to have one more question for you. If you could pick, Perry and I had a class with Coach McCollum last semester. I don't know if you'd really call it a class, but that's what I'll call it, a class with Coach McCollum. And if you could pick a favorite memory from this past season of Coach McCollum, what would it be?
From this past season? Like funny or like just anything?
Hey, while you thinking about that, I got one with McCollum. So I came in to class, or class was over, and I went up to him, asked him a question about the class or whatever. He was like, "Hey, I like your hair." He said, "You got them waves." And I was like, "Hey, man, I appreciate it." He was like, "You remind me of one of my players who just cut his hair off, and he's trying to get the waves too. You need to help him out." And I already knew who he was talking about because we had talked a couple weeks prior to that. We was out, and he was like, "You got the waves." So, hey, my dude Trevor, wave affiliate, man. Hey, I'm proud of you, man. You getting there.
Get up there. I'm trying to get up there.
You brush a lot during the season?
A whole lot. A whole lot. Especially the preseason. I was brushing like every day.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm kind of slacking. You know, it just gets old. It just gets old just a little bit. Haven't got a haircut in a while. You know, it hurts my heart.
It hurts, man. You gotta look in the mirror.
It hurts.
Perry's
rub
like
your
a haircut
head
every 2 weeks type of guy.
That's me.
You gotta look good, man.
I'm like a haircut every 3 months type of guy.
You see the skin color, man. You already
I
know.
told Perry, I'm like, you know what? I just need to go down to your barber because mine ain't cutting.
He'll hook you up. He'll hook you up. But what's
favorite memory? Just as a player to coach, and like as a whole team, I think him talking about loving each other.
All right.
I think around Christmas break, you know, we had practice before. We went upstairs to watch film and all that, and he was talking about us going hard and stuff, you know, coaches, like just going as hard as we can and playing for each other and stuff like that. And he was like, y'all play for each other, y'all like each other, but do y'all love each other? And I think the lesson he showed us that day was nice. Like, that was probably one of the best memories.
Did y'all look at each other like love?
Yeah, we started giving people hugs and stuff, you know. Nah, but that lesson, I think, brought our chemistry a little bit.
All right.
That's something I thought was so cool that he showed us in class. You know, I think his main philosophy in coaching and the main thing he preached to us every day and in the coaching class was like positivity. Mm-hmm. Positivity is the number one thing. He made us read this positivity book, and he just preached positivity more than anything. And I think that's something that, can carry on not only in your team but also in life as well.
Exactly.
Coach Mack is the truth, man. He's the truth.
Hey, I want to tell you my favorite memory of him. One time he walked into class, and he goes,
"Oh, here we go."
He goes, "Recruiting is a very big, very important thing in basketball, which is why I'm going to a recruiting meeting right now. I'll see you guys on Wednesday."
That sounds like him.
Just walked out.
That sounds exactly like him, yeah.
I was like, all right, well.
Busy. That man is busy.
I got one last question, then we can end the show. If you had to start your NBA team today, 5 players, all time, positionless.
All right.
Who you got?
Ooh, snap. All right.
You old, man, so I don't expect too many new cats on there.
Let me go. Mike's gonna be on there. I'll put LeBron on there. Younger LeBron, headband LeBron. Sorry. 4. I'll put Shaq at 5. Just for my lifetime, for what I've seen.
Got Mike.
You could always
Bron.
move LeBron down to the 4 if you want. Throw Kobe in there.
Nah.
If you're real adventurous.
Nah, I'll leave Kobe out of this. For a point guard's a big deal. I don't know.
Mike Conley.
No. To spread the floor out. Whew.
CP's added the spot up game to his.
I really want to say Steph, just because how different he is, and he changed the game. But just shooting them deep threes and all that,
All right.
handles off the dribble threes were crazy. But I don't want. I'm really fighting that. But I'll put Steph there. So Steph, Michael, LeBron, and
Shaq. I think you got one
Shaq
more.
at the 5, 4. Oh, KG. I'll put KG up there.
He's my greatest power forward.
Yeah, KG was disgusting. Oh my gosh,
The defense,
Just
We wanna
that's
talk
a
about
dog.
the
You want to
fate,
talk about dogs?
That's a dog right there.
Honey Nut Cheerios, all that stuff.
He's a dog. So Steph, Michael, LeBron, KG, Shaq. Who's beating that team? Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot of people.
Not a lot. There you have it, folks.
All right, well, thanks again, Trevor Hudgins, for coming on the show today. National champion, Trevor Hudgins. So that'll be it for Droppin' Dimes today. Make sure to tune in to Droppin' Dimes on KZLX from 4 to 6 on Thursdays. But that's it for the Droppin' Dimes podcast right now. So for Trevor Hudgins and Perry Randle, I'm Noah Cooper. Peace.
Dropping dimes, dropping dimes.